The sidewalk outside 11 Wall Street isn't paved with gold. It's paved with cigarette butts and the frantic energy of people who haven't slept since Tuesday. To the outside world, this place is a monolith of power, but inside it's a brutal, tiered ecosystem. It is a ladder where the bottom rungs are made of broken glass and the top rungs reach into the stratosphere of global sovereignty. If you want to understand how a kid with a headset and a phone book transforms into a titan who moves markets with a whisper, you have to look at the anatomy of the climb. It starts in the trenches. Level 1, the cold caller. In the movies, this is the high-octane boiler room glamour. In reality, it's a soul-crushing numbers game. You are a bridge. Your entire existence is dedicated to dialing 300, 400, 500 times a day to find one person who won't hang up. You aren't selling stocks yet. You're selling a meeting. You are the filter, the human algorithm designed to absorb no until you find a maybe. The turnover rate here is 90%. Why? Because most people can't handle being told to go to hell 40 times before lunch. But for those who survive, they learn the most important lesson on the street. Everything is a sale. Every billion-dollar merger, every IPO, every treasury bond, it's just a bigger version of that first successful pitch. Once you prove you can close, you move to the junior associate and analyst level. This is the era of the 100-hour work week. If the cold callers are the infantry, analysts are the engineers. You aren't on the phone anymore, you're in the spreadsheet. You live in Excel and PowerPoint. You learn to model a company's cash flow down to the cent, predicting the future by analyzing the past. This level is a test of stamina. You are expected to be perfect under extreme sleep deprivation. A single typo in a pitch book can end a career. It's here that the romanticism of Wall Street dies and is replaced by a cold, hard understanding of valuation. You realize that a company isn't its products or its people. It's a series of discounted future cash flows. But Wall Street isn't just about analyzing value, it's about moving it. Level 3 brings you to the trading floor. The energy shifts here. It's louder, faster, and more visceral. This is the heartbeat of the market. As a trader, your job is execution. You aren't looking at the 5-year plan, you're looking at the next 5 seconds. You are the liquidity. In the old days, this was a shouting match in a pit. Today, it's a war of algorithms and millisecond advantages. Here, your value is measured in a daily P&L, profit and loss. There is no hiding. If you're right, you're a hero. If you're wrong, the firm's capital evaporates and you're out the door before the closing bell. As you ascend, the focus shifts from doing to managing. You become a vice president or a director. Now the job is about the book. You aren't just making trades, you're managing a portfolio. You are responsible for a specific sector or a specific strategy. This is where the pressure changes from physical exhaustion to psychological weight. You aren't just playing with the house's money, you're playing with the pensions of teachers and the endowments of universities. You have to navigate alpha and beta, the market's movement versus your own skill. You begin to see the interconnectedness of things, how a drought in Brazil affects the price of orange juice in Chicago, which affects the stock price of a beverage conglomerate in New York. Then you reach the managing director level. This is the rainmaker stage. At this point, you are no longer a technician, you are a diplomat and a hunter. Your job is origination. You bring the deals to the firm. You sit across from CEOs of Fortune 500 companies and convince them to trust you with their legacy. You negotiate the mergers that redefine industries. You don't just follow the market, you help create it. The MD doesn't work for the bank. For all intents and purposes, the MD is the bank. Their personal network is their net worth. But there is a level above even the MDs. This is the realm of the C-suite and the hedge fund titans. These are the names you know. This is where you transition from managing billions to controlling them. At this level, you aren't just a participant in the economy, you are an architect of it. When a Tier 1 hedge fund manager decides to short a currency or go long on a commodity, they aren't just making a bet, they are creating a gravitational pull. Their moves can force central banks to change interest rates. They can decide which startups become giants and which giants go bankrupt. This is the level of macro strategy. You are looking at the world as a chessboard of geopolitical risk, demographic shifts, and technological disruptions. The math at this level is different. In the beginning, you're trying to earn enough to buy a nice watch. At the top, you're calculating the terminal value of an entire nation's debt. The irony of the climb is that the higher you go, the less it becomes about the money itself. Money becomes dry powder, a resource used to exert influence and realize a vision. The journey from cold calls to controlling billions is a process of shedding. You shed your ego to survive the phones. You shed your personal life to survive the analyst years. You shed your emotions to survive the trading floor. What's left at the end is a person who understands the flow of the world better than almost anyone else. Wall Street is often criticized as a place of greed, and while that's a part of it, the true engine is information. The person who knows the most, the fastest, wins. Every level of the hierarchy is just a different way of processing that information. The cold caller gathers it, the analyst organizes it, the trader bets on it, and the titan directs it. Whether you view it as a meritocracy or a machine, the latter remains. It is the most intense, high-stakes competition on the planet. For those at the bottom, the view is nothing but the heels of the person above them. But for those who reach the top, the view is the entire world and every lever attached to it. The question isn't just whether you can make the climb, it's whether you can handle what you become by the time you reach the summit. Because on Wall Street, the price of admission is high, but the price of the top floor is everything you've got.